instead of the Poppy. So Beryl gets basically what he wants either way. He gets the Rel again, or he gets the Poppy into the Leona. And otherwise, you're like, well, do we play Blitzcrank
And
here?
I think it's a decent mantra to go by, and they have got 3 more lives left in this series. Just 1 win, and they get a date in the Telecom War. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Damn, those things were cool. I don't know what it was about them. As this is not so cool. Beryl is going to heroically charge his way towards a wall.
Well, he is rooted. And when you have a Poppy, it can work very well. But because he came to lane so late, they're going to get level 2 first. So we'll just have to weather the storm for a moment. This does mean Perfect will remain on the top. A little bit less so for BDD in these early levels.
Yeah, he is sub 100 as Ingo's closer looks for the angle. Is going to be Valkyrieing forward. Is now Perfect going to be there. Flashes in to try and find the angle, but no other Q is going to be there, and Clear holds onto his flash. Yeah, kind of crazy. I think the Dragons are going to be very valuable, but I find it interesting that KT aren't putting a little bit more effort into stopping B&K from just taking these grubs for free. Good.
I think part of this is the fact that BDD was losing control of the lane. The lane was frozen against him. Beryl had to come bail him out, so they just didn't feel like they could make that topside play. And this should.
Yep, it's going to be successfully secured, but the Ignite is already down. Pyosik is able to run really fast, and Raptor, yeah, he can throw some things, but the ulti is going to get BDD out of there, and thankfully for Pyosik, he had his flash up and available.
I mean, BDD is so low resource this game. You know, he lost lane in the early levels. It's not that the lane is over per se, but he lost so much momentum that he got frozen out of a bunch of minions. Beryl to come bail him out. Now he's super low here again. Duro's going to come over and help Closer get plates.
Yeah, a couple of plays. Oh! As Duro is going to get caught here, but BDD's in the most trouble. That is going to be first blood going over to the Corki. And Duro able to avoid the bowling ball as well. There is the flash heroic charge, though, into the turret range. Even though they ultimately won the series, it wasn't one of these, oh, well, Corki is just still fine. I feel like there is a little bit of an issue with getting him over the line later into the game, as Beryl is going to get solar flared. In a little bit of trouble here. Pyosik does come down. Deadly Flourish is going to be in there. Oh, the heroic charge. That was a bit of a mistime, but still, they are getting sleepy, and that is BDD getting one back. The flash forward from Def as the Impale is decent. 2 kills immediately as Henna is in there, offering that damage back. Deadly Flourish going to miss this time. The Dancing Grenade gets the flash out from Raptor, but Henna is going so ham. The bullets come through, and it's BDD that's getting so much of this value.
Wild game. This is the action you were looking for. This,
yeah.
You thought this was going to look like, and I think it has finally devolved into.
For this Ziggs to be really, really powerful when it comes to taking down these turrets. Needs to get some spare time with them, obviously, as KT putting on the pressure here towards his bottom side. All right, Pyosik gonna have to flash the solar flare. Does get slowed down by it. That should ultimately be able to just run this one off out of there.
Yeah, and Ziggs has so much power in terms of turret destruction, but really only picked up, okay, hold up.
Yep, that's a flash forward. Steadfast presence is good. Watch out.
These backs are delayed. And this is what I was going to say. Henna, you know, he didn't get a lot of plates in bottom lane, but now he's in satchel range of mid on the menu. And getting a lot of control around this dragon right now. Doesn't even kill him. He goes sub 50% health. Those resistances are going to make him frustrating to deal with. To a certain extent, same is true of the Skarner and the Renekton, but, you know, I mean, like, it's not horrible, but it's definitely not the highest value, and it's a trade 1-1. So I think we're going to see a lot more topside focused plays like we are now.
Yeah, that's a great heroic charge to interrupt the charge from Trade. Knock up the ulti, and Raptor is going to be executed by the turret. Gorgeously played from BDD and Beryl. Duro with a sidestep, but he's still going to get sleepy. And Pyosik doesn't even need to press that button because KT just pile in on top.
But KT just playing the map better again, and all that CC chained into what is a relatively tanky Skarner. Isn't you know, it's going to be enough to let the turret do the real heavy lifting.
Oh, over the wall goes BDD. He's playing so aggressively this game as Duro just trying to run his way out the Mega Cone. He wants to get there, but he's not going to be able to. It's Beryl that finishes him off.
Flash, he might get out of there. As over here.
Oh dear, it's a Sleepy Crocodile. And he is just going to get put down by the Wind Brother. Yone just going to grab himself the kill. And again.
Yeah, so let's see what happened. No way. Oh, man.
BDD was waiting in brush.
Yeah, it was a bit of a hide-on bush situation. A bit of a pixel bush, but a bush nonetheless. Okay, well, yeah, but, potentially.
Wasn't quite there.
And, you know, this dragon has started up here, fairly low value.
Beryl has a lot of buddies. As the flash forward, Beryl's going to have to flash in answer as now BDD's in once again. Another deadly flourish. Duro gonna get caught by the ultimate. The snapback comes in. Can he dodge? No, he can't, because Deft has a laser sight today. And now Raptor is running the wrong direction.
So many kills to KT that now the gold's even.
Oh, if at first you don't succeed, throw the kitchen sink at the Jhin. And that's going to work. That's going to work this time.
A bit of extra money going over to the Ziggs. 3 kills for Henna now. Now they're trying to push that inner. Now they're really trying to force this one, and this time it's safe.
Well, Beryl looking for an angle here. Duro just happily tanking things up. Good double knockup, though. The ulti's in there from BDD. He snaps all the way back. The Impale does come in onto Pyoshik, but he's spinning around. That's the bouncing bomb, and that's going to get there. BDD still able to get a lot of work done, but they're losing so much health. The heroic charge is exactly that, but the flash is even better. Never mind, BDD gets into that backline. There was 2v4, so I'm not entirely sure about it. Looked a bit sexy for a while, and then KT kind of just throw their lives away. BNK knows they can see exactly what's going on. Shield of Daybreak onto Beryl, who is just happy to get in there with his Hex Splash. Mega Cone is up. The Baron is still going down. Are we just flipping? I mean, BDD has to teleport to get on in here if they want to make something happen, and now the teleport is going to come on through. Curtains have been called now. Closer slowed up. Raptor as well, taking a bullet. Beryl actually holding on to the Baron, but it does finally reset as the Mega Inferno Bomb goes down. Beryl pretty happy to tank that one, I could imagine. And the Deadly Flourish not going to connect. So BNK successfully get the teleport out from BDD, but perfect. He has his still up and available. Yeah. And are going to get his very, very soon also, so still will have a teleport advantage.
Dragon Prio. BDD is just ripping through this one.
Yeah, perfect. Now coming on over, Deft. Pretty good position here to keep himself safe. And Clear finally finds the wraparound. Beryl gets on in there. The flash forward from Duro. He finds the Solar Flare, but the watch out Eve is so good. And they split up the fight with the Keeper's Verdict. Beryl going down solo. He will fall, but it does not matter. KT will still win the fight.
Beryl has to have a big Keeper's Verdict here, I think.
Yep, information comes in. Still, it's relatively slow. Beryl gets that control ward over. They know exactly what's going on. Mega Inferno Bomb on Pyoshik right now. And this is going to be a 50-50. Let's see who manages to get it. It's Pyoshik! Gets that smite off. The all-out comes through as Close is in so much trouble. Oh, it's the wrong time to take a nap, but he had no choice as the curtains are being called. But I honestly think the show was already over. Bowling ball comes down, and Beryl, he doesn't have flash, so he's not going to be able to get the flash heroic charge this time. But KT, I think they may have just broken open the game with that steal. I mean, Beryl, ulti through from BDD. A little bit angry. I think Henna may have pulled ahead on that damage done number. As now that heroic charge to come in after the Hex Splash. That's just going to get Henna out of there. The Impale going to do absolutely nothing. BDD is snapping back anyway. And the inner turret will be falling down. How much more can KT get from this Baron?
I mean, they're going to be... And...
Oh, dear.
Oh, God.
They're closing in. Beryl and Perfect going to bring up the rear. Deft was kind of by himself because of that. Now BDD is going to make his way in. Deadly Flourish. Deft can still affect this fight. The flash over from Clear should mean that the Jhin goes down, but they've already traded 1 for 1. There's still plenty of damage, but can they actually land it? The answer is yes. Clear going to go down first. Perfect tanking it up, not going to be able to get out. It's messy, but that's exactly how KT likes it. Flash out from Raptor to try and keep him alive. The snapback comes in, the crash is decent, and another heroic charge. Henna trying to walk his way out. He ain't going to be able to get out of this one. There's the ace, and KT, it's just another step towards the 3-0 and a day with destiny and another telecom war.
You know, an opportunity for them to, if they get this Baron, to set up for said Elder. And...
Oh, that is a decent bowling ball there from Pyoshik. Yeah,
Beryl.
They're going to set up the sleep. Duro going to get woken up, but it is a bad dream, and it turns into reality. He is going to fall. It's a 1 for 1 as far as these supports are concerned, as BDD not quite able to find the angle, but Clear, he can't get out of there. The pick-off from Perfect is so good onto Henna, and he's just executed by BDD. He snaps back, and he's going to snap towards the deciding match for Worlds against T1. And if I was a T1 fan, I honestly wouldn't know how to feel. But this KT, on this day today, look really, really good.
If KT plays like this in these last 2 games, we'll forget about game 1 for the moment being. If they actually play like this, I think they should be scared. I do not think it is going to be the walkover we thought maybe it would be after watching game 1. KT, we didn't know what their form was going to look like going into today, but now we have our answer. And BDD this time leads his squad from a deficit to come back and smash this game. Extremely punishing from both BDD and Barrel this game. With those plays topside trying to force the Ziggs. 39,000 damage, over 1,000 GPM on Yone. Crazy.
That is probably one of the highest DPM numbers I've seen on a Yone since Chovy crushed BDD on Yone
oh my God,
5 years
first
ago.
time, yeah.